the analysis. The U.S. and Minnesota constitutions protect against unreasonable searches and seizures. U.S. Constitution Amendment 4, Minnesota Constitution, Article 1, 10. Law enforcement may conduct a search and seizure upon securing a warrant that is supported by probable cause and issued by a neutral, detached magistrate. State versus Harris. And then it goes on to quote, unlike proof beyond a reasonable doubt or preponderance of the evidence, probable cause requires only that a probable or substantial chance of criminal activity, not an actual showing of such activity. Harris v. Gates. Oh, no, sorry, it's actually Illinois v. Gates, but whatever. It continues. The task of the issuing judge charged with determining whether probable cause to search exists is simple: to make a practical, common sense decision whether, given all the circumstances set forth in the affidavit before them, including the veracity and basis of knowledge of persons supplying hearsay information, there is a fair probability that contraband or evidence of a crime will be found in a particular place. Again, this is very funny when they literally found everything. It's like, well, look, they didn't know we'd had drug and guns, but they found the drugs and guns, and we said that we had the drugs and guns. I don't know what they're talking about, officer. Yeah, the toe swats part, I believe, is coming up. That's a very funny part of this, but they make some pretty wild allegations. I believe it's in this document. I believe it is this one, but we'll have to wait and see. I thought it was here already, but we'll see. But before we get into that, I take a bit of a swig of my water, because I'm very thirsty. Seeker Loather with a 5 Singaporean dollar said, so Ralph can't return to America and face justice because he has a pussy. Yes, he has cats. What a pussy. Show it to me. I'm falling off my chair here. Very close, very funny, because of course Ralph did fall off his chair. But yes, Ralph can't return to the country that his daddy gave him because he has 2 cats. So he's pleading with the honor. Your Honor, please make an allowance for me. I've got cats, Your Honor. This is a unique circumstance, as if nobody else has fucking cats, as if nobody else has children or things or responsibilities. Your Honor, I get drunk all day and I got to feed my cats. They're my only reason for living, Your Honor. Look, just find someone to look after the cats. If you really love the cats, Ralph, you'd let them go. You give them to a proper family that will look after them and then go face the music so that you can actually go to your son's Christmas party and his birthday and see him every month. Like, face the fucking music so you can be a dad. Just go back to America. Let me see. The affidavit must be sufficiently detailed, include all the evidence law enforcement that has supports probable cause to be believed that the items sought are at the location to be searched. Well, they were, so, I mean, QED. 11, they must describe with particularity the things to be seized. Affidavits must not be conclusory, but should detail the underlying circumstances that support the affiant's belief that there was a probable cause. Now, this is an argument that Nick made in his own challenge, and it was shut down. Of course, there's a good clip by Nate the lawyer and Uncivil Law where they talk about how finding the guns was completely fine because in their course of searching for the drugs, they were open and easy to discover. They didn't have to like dig through anything or jump through all these loops. No, the guns were just there. They were just there. And in Minnesota, you cannot be using controlled substances while owning firearms. And because you're also a controlled substance user and you have these guns, you're also a danger to children. So Nick and the Barnes defense has come out against this, saying like, well, you can't just find the guns. Well, yeah, they can. It's not like they, well, kind of like an argument that you, like I said, you should go watch the source of the clip because it really explains it very well. But essentially, the cops, it wasn't that the cops walked into the room, fell over, accidentally typed in Nick's password to his computer, and found the tax fraud receipts or anything. It wasn't like that. The guns were just there while they were searching for drugs, and that's perfectly fine. And Nate's actually a very good source for this information because he has worked in this exact field of law. Janimal, thank you for new member status. So thank you very much. Of course, joining as a member gives you all the membership benefits, such as access to private Discord, which you can find in the community tab of my channel after the stream. I'll post a new one very soon, as soon as we end this one. Gives you the custom emojis, supports the channel. It means I love you, and also you get to be a green name. We have to get rid of all those gray people. I heard Sean saying it today, but we got to pray the grey away. If you're a dirty grey name in my chat, will you be able to pony up and become a member? Actually, can I gift any memberships this week? Membership gifting. No, you have to wait till next month. You have to wait till next month before I give you out more free memberships. Where were we? Affiants must not be conclusory, but should detail the underlying circumstances that support the affiant's belief that there is probable cause. Recital of some of the underlying circumstances in the affidavit is essential if the court is to perform its detached function and not serve merely as a rubber stamp for the police. State v. Anderson. See also State v. Doyle. If the magistrate is to perform his neutral and detached function and not serve merely as a rubber stamp for the police, then the magistrate must be provided with more than mere opinions, conclusions, or beliefs of the affiant. Well, it seems like everyone, all of the practicing lawyers, think that the warrant is pretty solid, pretty tight and thick and solid. And I think that's kind of evident because it was Nick's challenges to the warrant were completely thrown out, so I don't see this one working either. But I think there is one reason that they're trying to do this again, and I'll talk about it a bit later. The information reported to law enforcement has no indica of reliability. The information in the affidavit can come from various sources, including eyewitness testimony, informants, or surveillance. Well, that's interesting because you self-snitched. Surveillance is right there. Surveillance is right there. You self-snitch by live streaming your own criminal activity. Informants, the church people informed on you, the conspiracy of your sister-in-law reported on you. You think that Aaron reported you? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We don't know. But the thing is, the pastor that reported was a mandated reporter. He had to do it. It's not some conspiracy. It was his responsibility. Mandated reporter doesn't mean if you feel a bit fishy. You're legally required to do so. Eyewitness testimony, I mean, I think we all saw it as well. However, for the warrant to be valid, the sources must be reliable. Well, here's the thing. They were. They were, and you did. Like, if this might make sense if they found nothing. If they found nothing, well, it was all just a ruse, Your Honor. But the thing, they found it. They found it. Slightly amused black kid from the suburbs gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I'm going to read another Baldo quote for that. For those, every time we get some memberships, we'll try and read a new Baldo quote from the random generator. Let's have a look what this one is. Let's see. I've had my Baldo back for a long time. I just no longer have a church pastor breathing down my neck. It's nice. Oh, isn't that? Look at that. Look at that. But now I have to find where I was. I guess we are here, right? I guess we were here. But this is a good question. How do I hope this story ends? And I'll tell you honestly how I hope this ends. I hope this ends with Nick admitting he made a mistake, and he doesn't have to do it online. He has to admit that he made a mistake to himself and just get his life back on track. I don't want to see the black pill ending. I want to see the happy ending. I think the happy ending is possible. I know that's the boring answer, but I don't want to see this family torn apart. But I don't think that he has what it takes to actually make his life better. And what it takes to make his life better is humility. He has to understand that he can't do these polyamorous swinging things and chase his own pleasure while he's trying to be a responsible father figure and head of a household. If you want to do this swinging degenerate bullshit after your kids are all grown up, that's fine. I don't care. I literally have no care in the world. If single people are doing degenerate things or destroying their own lives, they have a responsibility, not responsibility. They have a right to do so in my worldview. The thing is, when you're a guardian of a vulnerable person like a child, you have to put your own pleasure-seeking desires aside for the greater good. That's the way it is. You chose to be a parent. Kids don't choose to be born. You're responsible for them until they can make their own decisions. And your kids can't even cook SpaghettiOs by themselves. So you got to put down the Baldo. You got to put down the Mrs. April and get to fucking work and cook those SpaghettiOs, or perhaps real food, not just fucking SpaghettiOs. So that's what I want to see. I want to see the happy ending. I think that's what I want to see. What I think will happen is I think that there'll be a no jail time. Although Nick's certainly making a case for it. If he keeps interfering, he's certainly making a case for it. If he keeps making stupid moves like criminal activities, he's making a case for it. It's funny because The thing is, I think that Nick actually needs to thank his detractors, because there's a saying, and I said this in my Discord, which you can get access to if you join as a member. Little plug there. But I think that the detractors did Nick a favor. And when Nick was exposing or trying to expose Aaron more by showing the internet history, if the detractors had not said anything, I think he would have gone ahead and shown way more shit. I thought he's such a bad lawyer that he didn't realize what he was doing was a felony, another felony, while he's currently on bail. And he would have posted more shit from Aaron's private logs, further incriminating himself. But when all the people on Twitter jumped at it saying, "Oh, Aaron, look, Nick and Melton are committing a felony right now," I think it shocked them back into coherence for a moment. They're like, "Oh, wait a minute, we're actually doing something bad. I thought this isn't just a funny joke. It's actually illegal. Let's stop." So I guess that actually helped Nick's life out a little bit, being so scrutinized by the internet. But it just reminded me of that old saying where never interrupt your enemy while they're making a mistake. So if people wanted to just let him, do his thing, give him enough rope to hang himself, he probably would have. So it's kind of funny how that works. But yeah, what I think will happen is that he'll get a deferment, probably 2 years probation or 5 years probation, something like that. Community service, probably a fine. No jail time, I'm hoping, because I got a $20 bet riding on that. But that's what I think will happen. But what I want to happen is the good ending. I'm not like a person that wants this. I don't want him actually just to see him suffer. Okay. I'm not actually cold-hearted. I just want to laugh about it. That's all I want. I want to laugh and have a bit of a giggle and enjoy some fun streams with the bros, with the boys. And I suppose some of you may have vaginas, I guess. Who knows? Anyway, let's continue. The information reported to law enforcement has to... Oh, we read that part, actually. So we read this part about eyewitness testimonies, informants, and surveillance. However, for the warrant to be valid, the sources must be reliable. If an informant is used, the affidavit must usually demonstrate that the informant has previously provided reliable information, or that the independent sources corroborated their information. Is that true? Is it? I don't know if that's true. The affidavit must usually demonstrate that the informant has previously provided reliable information. Is that true? Hold on for a second. Let's think about this rationally. If it's a first offense, if it's a first crime, and this person involved has never had any reason to be involved with law enforcement, then why would they have previously provided reliable information? This could be a first time, right? So I don't believe this. First off, I don't think this is actually a requirement. Now, when they say reliable information, maybe that just means a person who you could consider to be reliable. Well, you were reported by a fucking pastor, a mandated reporter. So it is a reliable information, or a reliable important. But then the second part of the clause here is that the other independent sources corroborated that another independent source corroborated information. There is at least off the top of my head, there's 4 different sources. You've got the teacher, you've got the pastor, you've got the sister-in-law, you've got Aaron. All of these sources are reporting the same thing. So even if this is the case, that they have to have previously provided reliable information, which they apparently did, it was literally provided by at least 4, probably more, different sources. That's not even including his own fucking self-snitching. Now, Nick self-snitching, I guess he's not considered a reliable informant because he's fucking high and drunk, but he did show his crimes on camera. So I guess that's reliable enough, right? The pastor. Do you guys not say pastor? Pastor? Do you say pastor in America? The pastor of the church. What do you guys... This is like the June discussion all over again. Oh my God, you can't even have a good time with my own shit. Oh my God. Why did I even bother reading the chat? The Velocipastor. Yes, he's the Velocipastor. Pastor. It's chowder, not chowder. Chowder. Fuck off. Don't talk to Australians about fucking vowels. That's our N-word. If you bring up vowels, okay. Let's see. In our case, the affiant does not even bother to recite the source of much of the information. No mention is made whether the information was reliable or unidentifiable informant. The report disclosed does not The reported disclosure does not reflect that the anonymous reporter possessed first-hand knowledge of the allegations. Moreover, the information reported was not corroborated by independent facts or verified through further investigation. In addition, the reported information is made even more suspect by the fact that Nicholas, as a well-known internet personality, but not well-known enough to be known by Detective Pomplum, even though he knew about the illustrious Aaron Imholte of the Steel Toe Morning Show, but he has been the victim of recent swattings. Now, this part is fun. This part is really fun. Chat, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Zoom in, enhance this chat. Read this fucking sentence. This is outrageous. This is outrageous. I'm going to start again. In addition to the reported information, it is made even more suspect by the fact that Nicholas is a well-known internet personality. He has been the victim of recent swattings activity, likely initiated by Aaron Imholte, who has a recent falling out with the Rekietas. Yes, it's the toe swats. Aaron Imholte summoning the SWAT team against Nicholas Rekieta. Nick Rekieta? Nick Rekieta told me I could swat Nick Rekieta. What the fuck? When I saw this, I fucking lost it. How could you say this? How could you say that? What evidence do you have to support this claim that Aaron went out of his way to swat you? This is an illegal, bold move in a legal document. This is outrageous. And I think this is only here for one reason. I think this entire paragraph here, likely initiated by Aaron Imholte, is just to get Aaron so riled up that he says Kayla on stream. And then in Nick's mind, like, you have to remember, like, Nick is doing a lot of stuff to try and wind up Aaron. He's trying to wind up Aaron because he thinks if he can get Aaron to say Kayla's name on stream, then Aaron's going to prison because he has a restraining order. Kayla has a restraining order against him. It makes no sense. And if I think about this, didn't all the swattings happen prior to Aaron leaving the polycule? Like, so Aaron left the polycule 7 weeks before the final event, right? Surely all the swattings I remember happened prior to even, I think, the polycule starting. Like, I'm pretty sure all the swattings happened like years ago, right? Surely, right? Was there a recent one that like coincides with Aaron leaving the thing? This is insane. Now, I understand that Aaron had to put his show on hold and go call his lawyer the second this came out because it's just so outrageous. I have no idea. How is this happening? Like, how could you say this? Likely, oh, well, I put that likely in there. Allegedly swatted by, like, fuck off. How do you say this? He's never been swatted. No, he's been swatted. Nick has been swatted a couple times. He's been swatted like several times. Now, the interesting thing is that Tor swats, basically all swattings were instigated by a guy called, well, not instigated, but they were performed by a guy called Tor swats. And what he would do is he would record these like really annoying like voice-to-speech messages where it'd be like, hello, I am in a wheelchair with automated voice, so I have a computer voice. I am going to roll over my grandma and then roll over my own neck in my wheelchair. Come get me. And then it would post like and say their name. This is a self-confession. Like, that's basically what every Tor swats video was like, because there's no way you can catch them, right, if you use a computer voice. Spoiler alert, he got caught. And interestingly, apparently everyone that Tor swats got swatted by has been contacted by the federales, well, I guess the regular ones, right, the FBI. And they've been told about the updates in this case. And if you've been following Mr. Medica Jim on Twitter, he's been talking about how he has some information about his own swattings, because several swattings did occur during Jim's stream. So it is very likely that Nick has also been contacted by these people, confirming that it was Tor swats. Now, Tor swats was a swatter for hire. So is it possible that Aaron paid Tor swats to swat Nick? Yeah, it is technically possible, but there's no way I see this being true. I'm sorry, like, Aaron's a pretty shit guy. But for all he is, I don't think he's a swatter. This is ridiculous, okay? He's so busy asking for donations. He has no time to call in swats on people, okay? He's much too busy. I don't see it. but Toe Swats is a very funny nickname. It's not impossible, I suppose, but I was just, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck? Fallen Hero became a member. Thank you very much, my anime friend. The facts alleged by the investigating deputy are conclusory and based on pure speculation. The facts that an internet celebrity may have appeared to have lost weight, he did lose weight, appeared to be tired, he was tired, appeared strung out, are conclusory in nature and not factual. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on. This has to be written by Nick. No, it can't. No, sorry, I rescind what I just said. It can't be written by Nick because this is way too funny. This is way too funny to be read by Nick. Your Honor, I'm not factually accurate. I'm not strung out or appear to be strung out. Oi, mate. Likewise, the allegation that April Imholte appeared tired, lethargic, and strung out are mere conclusory statements that fail to recite facts leading to such conclusions. For example, this is the age of prescription weight loss medication. Essentially, everyone is losing extraordinary amounts of weight in a short period of time. This is not true because look at me. I'm not losing any fucking weight. Look, Ozempic, whatever that fucking weight loss drug is, not everybody isn't on Ozempic, isn't it? Doesn't it cost like thousands of dollars? Like, I'm pretty sure it's not a cheap drug. Your Honor, if it may please the court, everybody's losing weight. Look at yourself. You're a fine young woman. You've lost 20 pounds already from this court case. Like, what do you mean everybody's losing weight? What if... Yeah, the thin people are fucking everywhere in America. Everybody's losing weight, Your Honor. We're all skinny these days. Holy shit. This is so good. This is so funny. Oh my goodness. The age of prescription weight loss medication. Like, I know that medication is used in America is much higher than it is in other countries to an outrageous amount. But the idea that everybody's just losing buckets of weight on Ozempic is really, really silly. Essentially, everyone is losing extraordinary amounts of weight in a short period. Even just like, I'm sorry. Hold up. Sorry. It's not just everybody's losing weight. It's not just, Your Honor, we're all getting fucking tight. We're all going to the gym. We're all like getting shredded. Your Honor, look at the gallery, Your Honor. Look at all these shredded Minnesotan individuals. They're just like dripping with pussy. Like, what? It's not just a little bit. They're losing a little bit. They're losing. Everybody is losing extraordinary amounts of weight. Holy shit! This is such a fun little document. And not even just like losing weight, in like extraordinary amounts of weight in a short period of time. In a short period of time, they're just praying the fat away, and it just goes. It just goes. I, with 5 pounds, says, didn't the swatting occur when Nick and Ralph were on really bad terms? I'd pick the Rage Pig over the Toe, 10 out of 10, as one of those, as the one who hired the swatter. Actually, that's a pretty good theory. I could definitely see Ralph being a swatter, much more so than Aaron being a swatter. Like, Aaron just wants to do his little internet show, call for donations, and then play golf. I really don't think Aaron's a swatter. It's funny because I make fun of Aaron quite a bit. And then people still accuse me of being a toe washer, I guess you'd call them. I don't know. It is what I'll hold on a second. It is. Hold on. Let me see if there was. I think there's something that just came. I need to. Here it is. Yeah, this is the tweet that I was thinking of. It's right here. I got to bring this one in. Oh wait, sorry, that's not it. That's something else. Where is it? This one. I saw this one today. I don't even like Aaron, but the man definitely knows how to pick his battles. He's always the least worst scumbag. Aaron is a scumbag, but Nick is worse. Aaron is a scumbag, but April's worse. Aaron's a scumbag, but Pedo Pat's worse. Aaron's a scumbag, but Ralph's worse. It's just true. It's just true. Aaron is a shining turd in the bowl compared to these other people. It's another win for the Toe. What can you do? What can you say? It is what it is. It is what it is. Where were we? Extraordinary amounts of weight. Let's see. However, no independent investigation was done in that regard. Your Honor, did you even check? Did you even add me as a friend on My Calorie Mate to see if I was not hitting the gym 5 times a week? Did you even try? Did you even ask if I was just going running for miles a day, Your Honor? Did you even bother investigating if I was just losing mountains of weight and getting fucking shredded for something? Like, what do you mean? No independent investigation. Independent by who? Secret eaters? Who's doing this independent investigation? Like, do you have to get someone outside the police to investigate how much weight you're losing and how, like, let's send in the SWAT team to go find out if they're dropping belt sizes, Your Honor. Holy shit. I'm losing a lot. I'm getting shredded from this article because I'm getting free ab exercises. This is amazing. Nicholas also suffers from insomnia, yet no independent investigation was done in that regard. In addition, the mere fact that Aaron Imhotep how is Aaron living in their minds rent-free and tax-free for, like, they literally think that Aaron is behind everything. They think that Aaron called the cops. Aaron did everything. He swatted them. He called the cops. He took away the children. He planted the drugs. He put the guns in the house. It's all Aaron. It's all the toe. Can't you understand? It's all the toe. In addition, the mere fact that Aaron posted a dubious video blog insinuating that Nick was using a controlled substance does not make said blog factually accurate. Actually, but the real wording was factually corroborating evidence. It is at best unreliable hearsay. However, it is more likely retaliatory due to his falling out with the Rekietas. It's all about me, Your Honor. So I try not to make too many references to The Simpsons. So this time I'll make a reference to Seinfeld. Have you ever seen the episode of Seinfeld where George is trying to get Lloyd Braun? And he's like, there's all these like silly little things happening, and it's just like, why were you wearing the glasses? Like, why were you wearing the glasses when you can't see? It's like, don't you see? It was the full Lloyd Braun. It's like, it's just like the ultimate enemy is the toe gang. It's all about, don't you see, Your Honor? It was all about the toe. He just wants to get at Rekieta. Holy shit. Holy shit. The investigating deputy does not possess any training or experience in determining drug recognition via video production, and thus is not qualified to offer a reliable expert opinion. Well, let's see. He determined that you're using drugs. He went to the house. You were using drugs. They found the drugs. You tested positive for the drugs. They confiscated the drugs. They didn't confiscate 26 grams of imagination, did they? But let's see their argument. The expert opinion of an investigating DRE deputy must be discounted, as that opinion is based only upon the observations of the deputy while watching an internet video performance. Huh? Okay. Internet video. I was just acting, Your Honor. You don't understand. I'm a method actor. It was all a ruse. You don't know. I'm just so, like, when you watch Scarface, Your Honor, you know he wasn't really drunk. Like, it was just baby powder, Your Honor. You don't know. You don't know. I could just be performing for American Beauty 2. My audition is coming right up. It's coming right up, Your Honor. I'm the best actor. What do you mean? Lloyd Braun ripped off Randy Quaid. True. Lloyd Braun is a bad guy. And Lemmy Lawless with a 500 yen. Hello, my Japan friend. Says Rekieta stole Aaron's wife, but Aaron is still somehow winning. This is like Aaron is just like Mr. Magoo. He's walking along, minding his own business, and people are slipping on banana peels around him. It's hilarious. Where was I? So it was his online internet performance. There exists no independent corroboration of any of these conclusions alleged by the deputy. There were no garbage pulls. Well, I mean, if there was a garbage pull, you'd be saying that was unconstitutional as well. No allegations from any other person that there were drugs in the Rekieta home. Yes, there was. Yes, there was. There was allegations from the church. There was allegations from the sister. There was allegations from the Aaron. There you go. There was at least 3 right there. And that's not even getting into the extended family members who have been posting about this on Facebook. That's not even getting into the teachers of the church. That's not even getting into the concerned congregation members. No, there were allegations. Not even getting into the allegations of the thousands of people that saw it happen live. And of those thousands of people, I assume several of them also reported it because they're just trying to get him into shit, which they did. Moreover, as a DRE, the deputy did not perform any testing on the defendant that would confirm his hunch. Until they pulled you in and tested you positive for drugs. It's like, well, Your Honor, they didn't even test me to see if I had drugs until they arrested me to test me to see if I had drugs and it came back positive. Huh? If the court is to follow the deputy's logic, the deputy could just as easily justify a search of Al Pacino's office on the set of Scarface. Did Nick write this? Did Nick write this, chat? If you think Nick wrote this himself, put a 1 in the chat. If you think this is a real document by another attorney, put a 2. I'm convinced Nick wrote this. I'm sorry. Whoa, buddy. Your Honor, have you? I was making Scarface jokes originally. I didn't even. Maybe it seeped into my brain subconsciously. I didn't. I legit didn't see this part coming. I did read this document earlier, but I didn't read the whole thing. Oh my god. Let's hope that Nick never shows up on an episode of To Catch a Predator, right? It's like, Your Honor, you may as well be searching American Beauty's dress wardrobe. Oh my goodness. Well, I wish he had the audacity to actually reference American Beauty in one of these documents. That would be great. That'd be great. Holy shit. Yeah. No way any self-respecting lawyer would write that shit. I'm sorry. Like the inclusion. This is YouTube video essayist tier writing. If the court follows the deputy's logic, the deputy could just as easily justify a search of Al Pacino's office on the set of Scarface. Oh my god, Nick had to have written this. Nick had to have written this himself. He is a writing major. He is a writing major, so there you go. Conclusion. The most disturbing part of the search warrant was that it granted in this case was the most disturbing part of this search warrant was that it granted in this case was the utter lack of any evidence or allegation, credible or otherwise, that there were illegal substances located in the Rekieta home, much less that these drugs were located within the home. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. It's so hard. It's so hard to read this. Because they found the fucking drugs. I know that this is you have to put your mind back into the time prior to the drugs being found. That's their argument, but the argument's so fucking stupid. And it's completely disproven by the fact that they found the drugs and that all the practicing lawyers have no problem with the search warrant. Even when Uncivil Law, who is now turned away from the Baldo man, back when he was still friends with Nick, he was like, let's have a look at this search warrant to see if we can help Nick. And as Kurt was in the frame of mind that let's see if we can help Nick, he read through and his first thoughts were, this warrant is unattackable. It's unattackable. Even before he turned, when he had all the bias in the Baldo court, he couldn't say there was anything wrong with it. You would have to be a Barnes walking deficient child to take this argument at its face value. This is just beggar's belief. I don't know what I'm actually speechless. Let me see. All right, let's just go over this though. Let's have a look. Let's dissect this a little bit. The most disturbing part of the search warrant was that it granted this case the utter lack of evidence or allegation. Okay, was there evidence? Yes, Nick recorded himself doing drugs. Nick acted like he was on drugs. Was there allegations? Yes, there was allegations from allegedly Aaron, from Nick's point of view, the sister-in-law, the church, the pastor, and again, the video evidence of people calling in and stuff like that. Credible or otherwise, well, that's not important because these two things did happen, so this is just a complete lie. That there were illegal substances located in the Rekieta home. There were illegal substances, much less that these drugs were located within the home. They were located in the home. They were in your little box, your little safe thing that you don't claim that was not a safe. That's another thing. Like, while I was away in Korea, there was another part where Nick claimed that during his Twitter escapades, where he claimed that the The search warrant said that they found a safe full of drugs and that he's never had any safe in his house except for the 5 other safes that he has in his house. I guarantee you that if the body cam footage comes out, what we're going to see is like a little box with like a padlock on it, and it's a lockbox. And Nick's going to say, well, I never said that was a safe. That's clearly not a safe because it's not bolted. Like it's just these word game bullshit. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. But yes, there was shit there. There was shit there. Let's see. Controlled substance is not illegal. A controlled substance use is not illegal in Minnesota. Possession is illegal. Well, okay, I can agree with this point. So the use of the drugs is not illegal. All right, this is the first true thing I think I've seen in this entire article. Well, filing. Possession is legal, but you possess the drugs. There are no allegations contained in the application for search warrant that recite any first-hand knowledge of illegal substances being present in the home at the time of the allegation. Well, here's the thing. If you can use the drugs whenever you see fit, it's likely that there are drugs there. Now, it doesn't seem it's like completely not important because, again, even though controlled substance use is not illegal in Minnesota, that's not what they're calling you in for. They're calling you for possession, and you did possess the drugs. So this is just some really... You would have to actually have wet brain to think this was a good argument. What the fuck am I reading? What the actual fuck? Robert Glock. Oh, it's a booty goon. Look at that. He doesn't just want booty, he needs it. Rekieta lolkel arc has become some kind of kayfabe work. No way anyone can keep taking L's like Nick is over and over unless they're doing it on purpose. Could it be some next-gen reality TV on the web content pilot effort? Maybe. I mean, the viral marketing is insane because this has made waves all around the world. Maybe we're all just in purgatory. And the purgatory is just waiting for the body cam. Like every week, the body cam is just one more week away, and there's a new crazy development and a new crazy filing. Maybe we all just died and went to purgatory, and this is what we're just suffering now. Suffer as we wait for the body cam. Where were we? We don't know the nature of the white powdery substance alleged to be present on Rekieta's nose, nor does the deputy. All right, well, to be fair, they don't because he snorted that substance, but the substance they found in your house was cocaine. We know that because it field tested positive for cocaine, that it came back with a cocaine test from a more rigorous laboratory. So you absolutely, this is not even in question, you absolutely had cocaine in your possession in your home. Unless you want to pin the possession on Kayla or April, somebody could take the fall. Somebody could take the fall, but somebody in that house possessed it. It is just as plausible that it was sheetrock dust as an illegal... Wait, what the fuck is sheetrock dust? Hold on a second. Excuse my ignorance. What is sheetrock dust? Sheetrock dust. Oh, drywall. Drywall dust. Wait, what? Was he sniffing walls? I'm sorry, chat. I need a minute. I'm going to be right back. Let me play an ad from our sponsors.
Are you tired of drinking alone, or worse, with boring people? Hi Minnesota, I'm Meme McGill, and do you want to experience the kind of atmosphere where the drinks flow as freely as the gossip? Then come on down to Stoney's in Rockville, Minnesota. At Stoney's, we don't just serve drinks, we serve connections. Some legal, some not so much. Need a spot to discuss your latest scheme, or just want to unwind after a long day of avoiding responsibilities? Well then come on down to Stoney's where the drinks are cold and the secrets are spicier than our famous Ultimate Bloody Marys. Whether you're planning your next big hustle or just looking for a good time, Stoney's is the place to be. We've got pool tables, karaoke nights, and the only thing more colourful than our drinks is our clientele. Hey look, you didn't hear this from me, but did somebody say $2 cans on Thirsty Thursdays? Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary? At Stoney's Bar, every night's a wild card, and the house always wins. Unless you're buying the next round. Just remember that what happens at Stoney's stays at Stoney's. Well, that is until the next town hall meeting. Just check out all of our testimonials. Stoney's Bar, Rockville, Minnesota.
All right. I'm back. I had to go and just like the idea. The idea of it all, it is just as plausible that it was sheetrock dust as legal substance. Like, what's the implication here? Your Honor, you don't know I wasn't just going up and sniffing walls. Maybe I just go up to my ceiling and just rub my nose. And maybe I was plastering my ceiling, Your Honor, and I just had to remove the old gypsum dust. I gotta hoover up all that asbestos. What the fuck are you talking? Why wouldn't you just say like jelly donuts or powdered donuts? Like, there's the perfect thing. There's the perfect answer there. He said, Your Honor, it was just as likely that I had some powdered donuts. Why would you say sheetrock dust? You can't even fix the cabinet on your kitchen, and you're going to pretend you're a handyman now. Holy shit. When I'm not licking windows, I'm sniffing walls. Very funny. Oh my goodness. I thought the lols were over when we got to the conclusion, but my laughter did not conclude. There's still more to give. And yes, the fire alarm chirp is an infinite interaction glitch. You can always get people to say something in chat, like the stream. Every time you hear a chirp, that'll be the thing, right? Holy shit. We don't know whether Nick was actually consuming alcohol, nor does the deputy. Okay. Nobody's gonna believe that, but okay. We can't field test a video. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, that's true, but it's not important because they found the drugs in your possession and they're charging you with possession. So it doesn't fucking matter if you can field test the video. Your Honor, if it might please the court, we have not invented smell-o-vision. You can't smell to see if I was drinking whiskey. There's no... Your Honor, do you see any stink lines above my portrait in this video that would imply that I was drinking? I think not. We cannot field test a video, Judge, and that means I must be a free man. It is all speculation, conclusory statements, and guesses from people who have no first-hand knowledge of the home. Well, I mean, we're going to have some first-hand knowledge. Okay, well, not really, but we're going to have quite a lot of knowledge about the home when we see the body cam. Nicholas Rekieta is an internet personality, and in the single video, the only credible evidence contained in the application of the search warrant, Nicholas Rekieta was engaged in an internet performance. It is a show for likes. Hit the like button, chat. For hits. Well, I agree with this one. He was getting hits. Hits of cocaine. And the more likes, comments, and hits the performance generates, the more income is generated. He is an actor. Is this the Joker 2 defense? Your Honor, I'm Nick Rekieta. These heinous acts were perpetrated by Rekieta law. He's my alter ego, Your Honor. Like, this is literally the Joker 2 defense, but is it going to have the Joker 2 ending? I think it will. It might be this, like, it might be, I mean, you're just one bad day away from being the Joker, right? He is an actor. We all know we are not to believe what we see and hear on the internet. Giving the reasons provided herein and shocking absence of any corroborated facts, upholding the search warrant issued in this matter derides the entire notion of the probable cause standard itself. For this reason, the defendant's motion must be granted, dated 1 month from Christmas. Holy shit. Give him a round of applause. Wow. Wow. Nick 100. I 100% believe Nick wrote this. This is outrageous. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a day. Oh, and then we're not even finished. We're not even finished yet, chat. There's more to come. That's Kayla's. But we have a fun little meme here. Fun little meme. Hey guys, look how high I am. You're under arrest. Joke's on them. I was only pretending. But wait, there's more. There is more. There's at least 2 more things. But that, yeah. Shout out to whoever made this. This is exactly what I thought about when I saw this. I'm glad that somebody read my mind and made my memes into reality. Oh my goodness. What a good one. All right. What's next? All right. So Nick did appear in. So we'll go back to the very beginning. We talked about this. Nick said he had a good day today, and just prior to going to court on the most important day of his criminal case thus far, he was up until 3 a.m. arguing with people on Twitter and also hanging out in Melton's chat, paying him $100 to be his friend, where he said, "Thanks for all the well wishes and the support. Today I have to go do something that is anathema to me, because it is the right thing to do, and I have 2 boys that teach to teach how to be men. You've always been a neutral voice, and that's all I've ever asked for." So what does he mean by this? So he has to go do something that is anathema to him. Now, many people would take the implication here is that he's going to have to take a big, fat L. He's going to have to go and plead guilty so that he can get his life back on track, because fighting the case would be it'd be ridiculous. There's no way to win this case if he fights it. They've got everything. He has no defense. The only thing he can say is like, well, the cops maybe planted it or something. But he had his first hearing today, and this is the report from on the ground from the Kiwi farmers. So there was about 5 people in the court, I believe. But this is the notes as it went through. Unfortunately, it was mostly a closed courtroom. They went into the back, talked about something, and I believe that the next hearing is scheduled for the 16th of December. So about a month away is the next hearing. And my reading of the situation, is that Nick is going to plead guilty, but he needs to work out the details with the prosecutor, and he's delaying it as much as possible. He's delaying it to see how April's case goes, and he's delaying it to see how Kayla's case goes. I think ultimately he will take the guilty plea deal, but he's trying to kick the can down the road, because if he can keep things going, keep the body cam out of the public view, maybe people forget about it. Not bloody likely, but I think that's what he's doing. So I think he's using it to buy time to see how things are going, and he's desperately seeking anything he can do before the date. And the thing is, though, unfortunately, the more time that passes, the more he seems to fuck up. Like with the Melton incident, with the reading Aaron's private stuff and private logins, digital trespassing, perhaps wire fraud if they were looking at his credit card stuff. So yeah, I think that's what's going on there. But let's see what the Kiwis are saying today. So, as reported today from the Minnesota Candio High courtroom, Nick and Kayla, for some reason, this person makes their K's look like a U. I guess they're writing very quickly, but it threw me off at first. Nick and Kayla are whispering to each other, and April is trying to whisper to them while standing a few feet away. Lol, it's awkward. So apparently there's a lot of tension. Again, Nick showed up to Kayla's courtroom in normal clothes, late, but apparently he was wearing a black suit today as well. He showed up with his mistress. She's just there for... yeah, this is Nick's alter ego. But yeah, that's who we're talking about right now. Niku. Can't make out what they're saying. Sorry. At 2:45, Nick looks reddish, keeps sighing and looking up. No one is talking. All 3 just standing around. You could hear a pin drop. Now Nick and April are having some conversation that he's smiling at her and she's giggling while... Wait, so this is Nick and April. They're talking and giggling. While Kayla stands still and silently gripping her left arm. Oh, like this. Gripping her left arm. At the elbow with her right hand. While she looks so tense from behind. Can't see her face. It's down. Bro, there is like 5 people in here and court is still not in session. Kayla has a death grip on those car keys. Can see her hands' veins. Feels a bit... something was scribbled out. Lol, I don't know. No, I don't. Lol. Let's see. So apparently it was all figured out in the back room and there was no court session happened. Fucking pussies. Wow. Lamol. So there's another one, right? Afterwards. April gives Nick a huge hug. She has heavy caked on foundation and mascara. Muddy combat boots. She's been out in the forest hunting for deer, I suppose, practicing for taking out Kayla and wearing her skin around the house. Muddy combat boots, blue jeans, some weird coat with a big gold buttons down the arms. I think I've seen that coat. She looks puffy, been crying for sure, head down, waiting in the hall. 2:19. So I guess this is before, right? Did I read these out of order? Sorry, chat. I think I read these out of order. Oh well. 219. She went into the bathroom down the hall, and I can hear her sniffing and tearing paper towels. Faucet sounds, no toilet, most likely. 2:30. Still waiting outside court. Just met April. She looks incredibly tense, eyes either down or staring off. A ring on every finger. Silver holographic nails. 4 bracelets on each arm. So she looks like a hussy. 2:32. Super awkward small talk between April and Kayla. April tries to keep Kayla, to help Kayla throughout the fast. April tries to help Kayla throughout the fast food container. They talk a tiny bit about nothing and then hang out facing each other awkwardly. The bailiff comes out. Apparently April had like a salad or some shit. I read that. Bailiff comes out. Must note, both Kayla and April are playing with something in their hands. April, her glasses. Well, that's because they're tweaking, right? April, her glasses. Kayla, her car keys. So tense, they deaf feel awkward and are just self-soothing. 2:40, we're finally into the courtroom. Nick and Kayla stand together while April stands a few feet away, awkwardly staring at them. So that is the report from on the ground. And hold on a second. Do I have an actual thing? I have this as well. I guess I'm unprepared, as people have been calling me. Very, very unprepared. I was abducted by a submarine, though, so I feel like I should have the benefit of the doubt. Here it is. Okay. So this was today. The settlement conference will happen today at 2:15 p.m. and a secondary settlement conference has been scheduled for the 17th. So provided Nick doesn't freak out and do something stupid, it might be a bit of a Nick gap, okay? Although, except tomorrow he has another court case, so I guess that's not true. But it looks like maybe there'll be no streams until halfway through December about Nick. We will have to stream about something else. But again, I think he can't help himself, so it's very unlikely. But my reading, like I said, my reading of the situation is that a plea was offered and Nick is been bargaining. I think he's promised to plead guilty, but only if they drop the child endangerment charges. I think that's what he means from this super chat. Like, again, this is my headcanon at this point, but I think that he's promised. That's why there's a secondary settlement conference. A settlement conference is typically for like negotiating the plea, right? I think that this is what it's implying, is that I have to go do something that he doesn't want to do. So he's already said he's doing something he doesn't want to do, but he's doing it to show his children how to be a man. So I think he's going to say, I have to do what I don't want to do, plead guilty to these charges, even though I know that I'm innocent, just to get my family back on track. But I don't think he can take the L of pleading guilty to child endangerment. So I think his offer, whatever the prosecutors have offered him, I think that he's negotiating to remove that. He just wants maybe reckless, whatever it is, like owning a firearm with controlled substance. I think that's what he's bargaining for right there. He can't take the L of the child endangerment because then people will be saying he's literally guilty of child endangerment online. I think that'd be too much of a blow to his ego. But also, it's possible that they're arguing to seal the body cam footage as well. I'm not sure about that, but that could be one thing I was thinking of. But I don't know what you think too. But there's almost this to me implies that he's almost certainly taken a plea deal at this date. Now he has kicked down the road successfully until December. And again, maybe he's just trying to stall for time to see if something comes up with Kayla's case or April's case. Because, hypothetically, this travesty of a memorandum that Kayla filed today, because the state will have to respond to her memorandum. Let's say that for some reason, the court says, oh, maybe Nick was acting. Maybe we do need to go watch Scarface, Al Pacino, whatever. If Kayla won on this motion, then Nick would be able to reference that in his own filings and say, well, Your Honor, if Kayla's search warrant was thrown out because I was acting, then how could my search warrant possibly be a legal document? It's ridiculous. So I think that that's what he's trying to do as well. There's no way this is accepted. Like, if it does, then I'm just going to fucking lose it and go back to living under the sea or some shit. It'd be totally crazy. So that's kind of my theory. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I would say, like, 1 for he's trying to just delay as much as possible. 2 for he's bargaining to get rid of the body cam and or child endangerment charges. Or 3, he's just delaying, hoping against hope that he can get like a last quarter Hail Mary in the form of Kayla's ridiculous Ridiculous filing. And sorry, I'm getting a bit sleepy. I was going to go to bed, but people demand that they want to watch the PPP Diddy clip. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look what they say. Are they going to deny the rumors? Are they going to confirm the rumors? The rumors, as it stands, what I read was there was a $25,000 swinging party in Vegas, black hookers, losing money in gambling and partying. I'm gonna, like I said at the beginning, I don't really care because, again, Warski was an ex-coke addict. Doesn't surprise me he'd party in Vegas. Ashton has shown his butthole on the internet. Again, doesn't surprise me that there's two single guys. They might have a party at someone else's expense. People are thinking it's like it's ogre. It's not the same. It's nowhere near the same as destroying your family of 5. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's true, it's very funny. It's very funny if true. But what I'm saying is I don't really care. I'm still going to watch their show unless it turns out that they're actually, I guess, they have to be pretty bad people for me to stop finding them entertaining. But let's see what they have to say. Maybe they'll confirm everything. Maybe they'll deny everything. Let's take a look.
Time for the great sweepening. The Kino.
Let's watch this a little bit faster because I do want to go to bed. So 1.25. It's only 7 minutes. So we'll be out in like 5 minutes, provided I don't pause it at all.
Casino sweepening of 2024. We gotta swab the decks. We gotta sweep it up, Jan. Clean it up, boy. Clean it up, Jan. Woo, boy.
What song is this playing in the background?
It's a big load of shit we gotta clean off the floor this time. Tardsky and the Discord pay pigs have forced me to fucking dual wield the brooms this time with full fucking dust bucket attachment or whatever the fuck there. Dab it on myself there. Fuck. It's tough there, folks. We're gonna have to ring a big card bell.
I did see one comment where someone said that Ashton should have just uploaded a 10-minute video with no talking and just ringing the tard bell for 10 solid minutes and then just end the video and not say anything and then never address the allegations. That would have been really funny. I would have liked to have seen that.
The entire casino there, folks. Big tard bell for the whole casino there. It's time to practice what we preach there. I talked about being the hammer. Talked about being the nail. Well, today I'm going to be both as I bust out the broom, the mighty golden broom of Shannon Gaines. Folks, what can you even fucking say? How retarded I was there to actually attend a meetup of pay pigs. Something I
Okay, so first of all, the meetup was real. So that's what we know first of all. Meetup was real. They met up with pay pigs in Vegas.
Against for you, never do the meetup, never have these but I did it.
Now I'll just go on to say that I don't think there's anything wrong with having meetups. Perhaps in the sector though, because the people in the sector are a little bit different than your average people. Maybe it's a good idea. Avoiding the parasocial relationships, but I've met up with people from that have watched my show or have watched my other channels, and they've been pretty entertaining. Like I haven't really had any problems with any of them so far.
We partied in Las Vegas. We partied fucking hard, folks. Partied hard. It was Las Vegas with Warski. What did you think it was gonna be, folks? But I never truly knew how felt that it was really gonna be until I walk into the suite at the Bellagio and I see this 5'1" fucking Mexican.
Hey, look. There was at least one girl that came with a group of men. Okay. You know what really, all right, you know, I gotta grind my gears a little bit here. Every time someone from the internet says like, hey, I'm gonna be visiting to Japan, do you want to meet up? I can buy you a drink sort of thing. I'm like, yeah, sure, great. They never buy their own drinks. They never buy me the drinks. They always we always go to a bar or something. I usually take them to my favorite place, Torikizuku, which is it's just cheap beer and fried chicken. And they're always like, oh, I'll pay for dinner or something. I always end up paying my own beer. I always pay for myself. This is bullshit. Where is my $20,000 Vegas weekend? What is going on here? What is going on here? This is ridiculous. I'm suffering over here. I'm eating like hand to mouth. I have to pay for my own beer. I have to pay for my own chicken wings. This is ridiculous.
Gremlin looking dude in a fucking crusader helm telling me that he's the savior of the white. I'm looking at his skin. I'm like, this guy's looking mighty brown to be as racist as he is. You know,
that's a funny thing. That's also because a very interesting observation is that so many white supremacists on the internet are all brown. It is really funny. In fact, it's actually kind of there was a Reddit meetup versus the poll meetup, and the Reddit meetup is all just fat white chicks or fat white guys, and then the poll meetup, the politically incorrect racist board from 4chan, is every color of the rainbow. It's funny how diverse white supremacists are. It's more diverse than even a Disney movie. It's crazy.
About Deus Volts and Crusades and the blind. Whoa. Got this 5'1" gremlin Mexican talking about how
this guy is an Iron War Hat or something. I don't know who these people are.
He's a Rizzler and shit. Mind you, all the bitches this Mexican gremlin was rizzling were prostitutes.
I think the guy, the 5'1" Mexican, is the one that leaked the story though. So it sounds a lot to me that like I said, I think 80% of the story is true, and then a lot of it of the remaining 20% of the details kind of sound like a ex-girlfriend that's been spurned, and they're kind of just trying to throw shit to try and do as much damage as they can. Honestly.
Okay, so that's Iron, the Mexican gremlin, fucking Deus Volt helm wearing pretend Rizzler. Okay, who wants to? I'm an innocent child of God. Buddy, stop it. You're a fucking Mexican gremlin, buddy. Okay? I'll just get to it right now. Did we party? Yes. Did we drink? Yes. Did we drink? Yes. Was there some insane orgy of fucking black prostitutes? 5 fucking black shabunesses or something? No. This is all fan fiction from the mind of a Mexican gremlin, buddy.
So, regardless, I think... So you've got now it's just he shed versus he shed. Like I said, I don't think the 5 black hookers in the one room, when they're if you're not familiar with the story, because I did read about it, they were basically saying that Andy was holding the prostitute's legs apart while some guy was losing his virginity. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. That sounds too... Now, then again, it is the sector, so you never know, right? But that sounds a bit too crazy. As you're going in, and you got Andy Warski in the background. Go, whoa, buddy, he's losing his virginity. Let's fucking go. Whoa, buddy, medic and masochist for 5 black hookers. I'm sorry, that sounds a bit too ridiculous. Now, it is the sector, and I've been wrong before, so who could say? But I'm sure there was degeneracy there, and I'm sure that at least one of the people or a few of the people that got hookers. Wouldn't surprise me. Doing coke and everything wouldn't surprise me. But again, they're single people partying in Vegas. They're not... Well, I don't know. I guess one guy was married. It's not like they've got kids at home or anything. It's totally different. And it's not like they're lying about who they were, because they even said on their show that they've had their own degenerate acts. Like I said, it's like the toilet. If you see a shit in your toilet, no problem. You see a shit on your kitchen table, now you've got a problem. I don't think they've really pretended to be squeaky clean. Now, PPP does do a lot of preach talk, he does talk a lot about the Bible, but that's in relation to how Rekieta was pretending to be a man of God. So I don't see it as hypocrisy, but I guess I'm just sweeping it up, maybe. Who can say?
Okay. Then we've got Kryler.
I mean, it's not even that Andy admits to being an addict. He's a recovering addict. He used to be called Cokeski. For 2 years, he was on a coke bender. I did see some people say that this means that he was lying about being sober. I heard that this party was over a year ago, so maybe they went sober after this party. So that could match up. I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, I do like the casino though. I think it's a very entertaining show. I usually listen to it while I'm working, so that is my bias, if I'm being honest.
What can you even say? Look at some guy crying because Andy Worski wouldn't play video games with him. Whoa. Buddy, you're a drug addict. You're spiraling. Your girlfriend killed herself in front of you because she couldn't stand you.
It's pretty rough. This is pretty harsh, though.
Andy didn't want to play video games with you, so you go off the fucking deep end. Like, okay. Now, as for what's actually...
Iron Rabbit for 11 months, though. Thank you for covering this and the humor. You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoy it. Thanks for being a member.
Fucked. Medicare Masochist, who was present in Las Vegas, paid $24,000 for the suite.
Okay, so that's confirmed as well. Like, literally one guy spent $24,000 on this trip alone. And this is their biggest donor as well. So I think this guy spent like over $100,000 on their show, which is, I mean, where's my $100,000? Come on now, chat. No, but that is pretty crazy. That is insane.
That's real, okay? Fucking degenerate, fucking gambler probably lost another $15,000, lost his ass playing Pai Gong, okay?
The fuck is Pai Gong?
It's not so funny because he's a sussy freak. This guy was our top donor for like the first year of the show. After Las Vegas, he didn't have so much money. He lost everything in Las Vegas. Fuck.
So he got sucked dry. He literally got sucked dry for this trip. That's very sad.
And he hasn't really been donating that much.
Step it up, Brokey.
But he turned out to be a sussy fucking freak. I didn't know. Just because you party with the guy at the Bellagio suite, I can't mind read his porn history, okay? Just because...
Wait, what's this about the porn history? Does anyone have info on this?
Some guy gives me money on the show doesn't mean I'm going to go into his fucking Steam profile and Google his username to cross-reference it with funny junk. Which the fact he was posting...
People are saying lolly? Oh, okay. That's a shame. That's a shame because I did enjoy the Medica Masochist meme. Medica Masochist for 50. Like, I guess we'll have to retire that meme. That's unfortunate. That was a very, like, infectious one, unfortunately. So I guess it's going to be shelved back to the... It keeps happening. How can we keep losing all the good memes? It keeps happening.
On funny junk is almost worse than the sussy lolly shit, in my opinion. Holy fuck! He should be boiled alive for using that site alone. But he was into some... It turns out, yes, he's in all this sussy, sick fucking shit. I messaged him. Let me read you directly what I sent this fucking bum. Holy fucking shit. If I can get the mouse here before I blocked him forever. I said, good job, you dirty fucking pedophile. I hope you legitimately die. I hope your wife divorces you and you die of cancer in the gutter, you pedophile F-slur. Go play in traffic. We're not going to...
I mean, they've got his money now. They may as well tell him, fuck you. He's not donating anymore, so you may as well throw him to the curb, right? Like, that's the way to do it.
Tolerate sick fucks, no matter how much money they give, no matter how long they've been around. He is fucking gone. I hope he dies. The sick suspect mind of this guy. And that's it. So, we partied in Las Vegas. Met up with a bunch of people shouldn't have fucking met up with. I argued against it.
No refunds, yeah. I mean, that is the policy. You don't refund them. I wouldn't even suggest that they should. I just think that is funny. That is just funny that they got to suck him dry, then kick him to the curb after he's exposed.
As far as all of these depraved, insane stories, like, people are going to believe what they want to believe whatever is funniest. It is
it's true.
What it is. To quote the ultimate broom sweeping cope. I guess that's it. It's addressed.
All right, so is that everything or wait?
Are we going to let Daddy PPP piss in all our mouths?
There's a little bit more dancing on
boy. Clean it up. Clean it up, jam.
All right. That was a good frame though. I wanted to end on that frame. Yeah, so like I said, my opinion hasn't really changed much. It sounds like about 80% of the story was true. And I think your opinion on it is going to largely depend on what you think about the casino. If you like the casino, you'll like them and you watch their show. If you don't like the casino, you'll think this is like, it's a crazy sort of situation that is the end of the casino. No, it's not. Like, realistically, I think they handled it pretty well. If they just go back and put on a show and be entertaining again, people are going to keep watching it. People are going to keep donating. And there's so much more drama going on that's more interesting that I think people will forget this pretty quickly. Don't get me wrong, it is funny and it is embarrassing, but it's not quite the bullet that I think people said it was. And again, if it'd be different, like if Andy was a father with 5 kids, if Ashton was a father with 5 kids, it'd be different. But I don't really care too much about it, honestly. And that it is what it is. So there you go. There you go. We had a look at it, right? I do think what was funny is that people don't seem to understand the word cuckold because they're so like brain dead. Someone was saying that like because in the extended story I saw, which is like the original, like a crazy like Godwinson version story of it, it's like Ashton's in the corner recording as Warski's like fucking like he's like ringing a tard bell while Andy's like plugging away at this black hooker or something. Like that wouldn't make them cuckolds. That would make them voyeurs. Like people completely forgotten the meaning of the word. Like, unless Ashton was dating a black prostitute, he's not a cuckold. He's just a voyeur. But again, a lot of these people are so brain dead that they're looking for any way to try and get back at the casino. So I think that's a lot of it. Apparently, the casino is back at 8 p.m., 8:30 tonight. So there you go. There you go. You can see their first show back. Did they cancel shows because of this? Like I said, I was away for a couple of days. I know I didn't see any shows, but did they say that they were canceling shows because of this? Or is it just because there was nothing to do? Because they go days without shows anyway. But I guess you can address their comments there. I'll probably be watching. Aim was hilarious. Well, yeah, like if you think about the amount of things that Andy has done, like this isn't even that surprising. Like, I don't know if people like he used to be called Andy Race Warski. He used to set his nipples on fire with a cigarette lighter. He spent 2 years in Coke ski. Like Andy's got so many nicknames, and like they call him the retarded phoenix because he always fails, but then he always recovers from it. So like in like I don't know too much about Ashton's past, except I do know that he showed his bunghole on the internet. So again, if you were looking to the Kino Casino to be your like arbiters of morality, you kind of get what you deserve, I suppose. But when I heard that there was like a Vegas party, I was like, yeah, I can totally believe that. But like the rest of the story was a little bit exaggerated, especially because I think it comes, like I say, I think it's that Iron Wolf guy or whatever. Iron Wolf Helmet, is that his name? So in his story, he goes to the hotel. They have all the degeneracy, but then he leaves when the hookers show up. He's like, well, I left when the hookers were coming up. But then he knows the entire story from inside the room with the hookers while he was down in the bar picking up tens. So again, it sounds Iron Wolf Spear. Sorry, Iron Wolf Spear. Maybe he needs to be Iron Wolf Helmet because he's retarded. But it sounds like a jealous sort of ex-girlfriend sort of story. But again, it sounds like 80% of it. Like I'll be honest, more of it sounds true than I thought it was. I guess Ashton confirmed like the $25,000 was real, which seems insane that you would drop $25,000 to buy some friends. Like I thought that Nick dropping $100 on Melton. Wait, where's that thing? Like Nick dropping $100 on Melton to pay Melton to be his friend. I thought that was cringe. But $25,000 for a weekend? I mean, what can you say?